If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome to lecture 18. So as we already discussed the phasors of various fault conditions in our power system. So let's go back to our original discussion. So where was we was discussing overcurrent directional relay, and for that there are two coils, CC current coil and pressure coil, and we are selecting how we are checking how to select, or we are finding out how to select that ICC, this ICC and VPC in case of a directional overcurrent relay. So we are considering A phase faults. So naturally your ICC becomes IA, because we are dealing with the faults that are associated with A phase only. And A phase, we have seen there are lots of faults in A phase: AG, ABG, ACG, ABC. So let's take one fault, ABG fault, that is line to line ground, LLG fault. Some assumptions is made, that is pre-fault is already balanced, and pre-fault unity power factor positions that are shown in the phasor, but they may not be equal to your load current. Load current may not be at unity power factor. The fault currents refers to the inductive system where resistances are negligible. So we are assuming the circuit to be purely inductive. The resistance part we are neglecting. So let's check which one should be my ICC and which one should be VPC and how it will work. So I think it will be better if I draw it in my own hand in the copy. Okay, now you know what is phasor diagram for AV fault from yesterday class, last class. So AB or ABG, you can take both, either one, because the phasor directions remain same, either in AB or ABG, just the magnitude is the difference, but the phasor is same. So okay, so we have this fault and we are giving some connection in my directional overcurrent relay. So okay, let's ICC equal to IA, and we have taken a case where we are confused about VPC. So we have taken VPC as a VAB. Now let's see whether fault has occurred. Now the relay will sense or not. Let us see. Now how your VPC will be look like your VAB. So your pressure coil will be sensing a voltage of this. This is my VPC here, which is nothing but VAB after fault. Okay. Now once you know VPC, you can mark IPC. IPC will be lagging you by, pressure coil is inductive highly, so it will lag your voltage coil by an angle of almost 90, not exactly 90. You can make 70-80 degree of VPC. So that is IPC lagging by an angle of theta PC. Now once you know theta PC, then IPC, then you can mark the MTA angle, maximum torque angle, maximum torque MTA axis, because maximum torque will occur only the ICC current is at 90 degree with IPC. So if I take 90 degree to your IPC, so it will be of this direction. So this is my MTA axis, maximum torque angle, MTA axis. So once you know MTA, now you can mark which one is your trip. So this zone is your restraint zone. Anything occurring in this zone, if your current comes to this zone, fault current, then this will not trip. This side will trip. This is the MTA axis. You can recall your MTA drawing. First you draw VPC, then IPC, then take 90 degree from IPC lead. That is your MTA, because it should be near to your VPC for positive power flow. So this side is trip, always this side is zone. Now let me mark the I fault. Now you see what is your fault current. AB fault current is this in this direction. So if I superimpose my AB fault current here, so this is my I fault. So in which zone it is? Restraint zone. That means the trip, my relay will not trip. So relay will not trip, will not work. So if I use this combination, so this combination will not take my AB fault or ABG fault. So if I take now next one, I will consider ICC as IA, same as ICC like earlier one. Now I will change VPC. VPC is VCA. How it will work? Now where is your VCA? Now if you can go to your VCA, this is your VCA, new VCA, C direction it is, this is your new ABC. Okay, now if I put VCA, Now how will my voltage, pressure coil voltage will look like? So this is my VCA. So in this direction it will look like VCA. That is my VPC. Once this is VPC, now you can mark your IPC, which will be almost 90 degree lagging to this, but you make it 70-80. So IPC, which is your theta PC. Now once you know IPC, now you can easily mark your MTA, because MTA will be 90 degree, maximum torque will be when it is 90 degree. This is your MTA. So if you know your MTA, that means now, so if you know your MTA, that means you know which one is be trip side, which one will be. So this will be trip side and this will be restraint. So now again you can guess, if I plot my I fault current, what is the fault current during this? This is the fault current. So fault current is coming in restraint zone. So again it will not trip. So this will not also, this connection will not also work for AB fault or ABG fault. Now let's take the another one, ICC equal to IA, and now VPC is equal to, let's take VBC. Now if I take VBC, how does my VBC look like? This is the BBC after fault. You can see this is VBC. So my after fault VBC will look like, so my pressure coil, this is my VPC, which is VBC after fault. So the current will be, IPC will be lagging to this almost by an angle of 70 or 80. This is my IPC, or this angle is theta PC. Now once I know IPC, I can mark MTA. The MTA will be 90 degree to this. This angle is 90 degree, so this is MTA. So once you know MTA, now you can know which one is your restraint zone. This is your restraint. So now if you can mark your I fault, what is your I fault? On the line of IPC, VPC, or this, in this direction. So now it will trip. Okay, now relay will work. So this is the way to check which connections will be. So you have to check it extensively for all the faults, and which VPC will be best for your connections for phase A fault. So now you can see in the notes, so relay can sense the fault. This sort of, for the phasor diagram analysis, we found that VBC is appeared to be a good choice, which also holds for the majority of other phase A faults. Now you can check with other phase A faults, you will find that in most of the cases your VBC will solve the purpose. That means the relay will trip for phase A faults. So VPC is generally the line voltage. In case of this directional, we generally take care of line voltage, because if you see all the faults phasor diagram, you will see that the pressure coil, that the line voltages the vector doesn't alter so much. You can see the line voltage, see the VAB line voltage is same, here VAB it is almost same. So the line voltage doesn't get affected so much, so almost remains in the line. So that's why we use VBC, that is line voltages as pressure coil voltages. So all these different connections, now there are these connections we are doing, what we are doing, so these are given some name, so that while in field they are connecting it, they don't trial and error, they don't do this one. So there are some standard connections. All these permutation combinations has been sorted down, and finally 3 connections has been taken care of. All these 3 connections generally solve purpose, and you have to extensively check these different connections are explored and given name as 90 degree, 30 degree and 60 degree connections. These are connection name. So you have to check which connections will be satisfying for all of the faults. So you have to connect it in such a way that all the faults are covered. So once if I take 90 degree connection, 90 degree connections means it is the 90 degree between, if you draw this one if I draw, suppose this is my pre-fault condition as I was drawing. So the connections is always made in before fault, because you will make the connections in the field before fault. After fault relay will trip, so you will connect it before fault, so that in fault it trips. So before fault my scenario is something like that. So you assume a unity power factor load, because we will not be knowing. So assuming that unity power factor load, the connections are made, and we are already checking after, because after fault this load doesn't matter where the current was, it doesn't, because load current is so high, so other currents we neglect. So we only think of only load current, so these will not give effect whether it is unity power factor. So just for understanding the connection or remembering the connections, For this convention, we always take unity power factor load. Now, for phase A, if it is 90 degree means, if I am taking IA as a current, so what should be my voltage? The voltage should be at 90 degree with that current. You can take of VBC. Why VC? Why not VCB? That is also have a logic. If you take VBC as a this, okay. Now where is your IA? IA is this VBC. So you can think of where is my generally IPC stands? Here IPC stands. So it will be, this will be your MTA axis. So this will trip. This is trip zone. So IA will trip. It will solve the purpose. But if you take IA in the reverse direction here, that it will come in restraint side. You are getting it now? Or let me explain it here one more time. If I take VBC 90 degree connection I am talking about. If I take VBC and suppose IA I am taking here. Suppose I am not taking IA here. If I take IA here, so where is IPC? IPC stands here at a 70 or 80 degree to VPC. So this is your MTA. So this zone becomes restraint zone. So current is coming in restraint zone. So we want to make IA in the trip zone and maximally and to the extent it is possible to MTA, near to MTA. So that's why it is VCBC, not VCB. So you will always see that IA will be leading that voltage. So 90 degree means IA 90 degree lead than this pressure coil voltage. So here also for IB, now what will be for IB? This is IB. So IB is 90 degree leading to this voltage. So this voltage is VCA. So IC is equal to VAB. For IC, it will, you can see this is your VAB. So this is 90 degree leading. So similarly for 30 degree, you can think of for 30 degree what will be the case? For IA, this is your IA, and this there are two. This is A, this is VCA, this was VAB. Now if you think 90, this is also 30, this is also 30. So which one we should take? So this is my IA. So it should be lagging. The voltage should be lagging as we have seen. So this voltage. So this voltage is opposite of this. That is VAC. So that's why it is taken as VAC. Similarly, you can think of IB also. It will be VBA. IB. This is your IB. So you can think this IB, this is your IB. So I have to take this voltage because this is 30 degree lagging to this IA. We have to take a voltage which is 30 degree behind it. So if it is behind it, so what is this is your VAB. So this is reverse of this one. So VBA. Similarly for IC. Now one more connection has been explored, that is known as 60 degree, where two voltages are added. Now for 60 degree, suppose let me see here only 60 degree. If you can see it. So this is my IA. So this is IA. So this is my IA. So 60 degree, the voltage should be 60 degree behind it. So if you see this one, this angle is 60 degree or this angle is 60 degree. So where should my this voltage, my voltage should be in this line. If my voltage is in the, then this is 60 degree. 60 degree behind this. So what is this voltage? This voltage plus this voltage. If you add these two vector, you will get this vector. So what is this vector? VAC and VBC. So VAC plus VBC. You can check with IB also. You can check with IC also. If you find any difficulty, then write it in the comments. I will explain for all these also. So okay, I think you have done with these connections, how these connections are made. So in the field, they connect it in this way. Now, knowing how to select ICC, VPC. So let's see how it is, how the connections are made in our real three-phase feeder. Let us assume now you know what is 90 degree connection, what is 30 degree, what is 60 degree. Let's take 90 degree connection. So 90 degree connection you can check. So there are three phases, A, B, C phase. You can see. So cities are in there, A phase, B phase and C phase. So A phase, there is a, this you can say current coil, and A phase is a current coil and C phase is a current coil. So these are simple overcurrent relays, RA and RC. These will sense the magnitude of the current. If it is above threshold, it will give trip command. And this component is your PT component that you are introducing in C phase and A phase. So that is known as phase fault directional relay. These are directional relays. These relays gives the system the directional component, because when you provide this, it compares the magnitude of angle of the I with V. If it is in the trip zone, then it will be tripped. So these will give trip command if the current is high enough, and these will give trip command only if the current is in trip zone only. So both these are normal overcurrent and these are directional features that is been added. So as in B phase we have seen there was a earth fault relay. So here it again, this is your directional component for ground fault, for ground relay, and this is normal ground relay overcurrent. This will trip if there is a overcurrent flowing through the ground path beyond that permissible limit, and these will give the direction whether it is in the proper direction. Now what is the need of directional ground relay? Ground relay is ground relay. What is the need? The need is here to check B to G fault. B to G, because in B phase we have not given B to G any CT. See, BC fault that will be taken care of by C, AB fault that will be taken care by A, ABC, all these. But simple B to G fault, the directional component of phase B fault will be taken care of by this ground relay. Again, from the phasor diagram it can be shown how 3V0 and 3I0, because summation of all three is going through there, how it is done, but let's leave it there because that will require some symmetrical component analysis that till now you don't know. So you remember this one. So this is the connection. So how the trip circuits are connected? This is your trip coil, this is your circuit breaker, this position. You can see your circuit breaker here. So the trip command is given by this trip coil. This is the trip circuit. So you can see trip coil. So this is normal overcurrent relay RA. This is the directional component. So normal overcurrent will be closed as long since when the current will be higher than in magnitude, and this will close only when this is in the zone. So if both these closed and operation, then only this trip circuit will work. Similarly for RC also, if it is overcurrent will trip as long as the current is higher than the maximum below, and directional component will trip only if it is in the direction. If both these trip, then the path will be created for trip command. Similarly for ground relay also you can see. Now for giving connections, it is a 90-degree connection. So in A phase, this is your IA. So A phase current voltage is VBC. In the table, last table you have seen. In IC the voltage is VAB. Now how to get this VBC and VAB from the system you need to find, and then you need to feed it here. So for that this is drawn. So this you can see, this is connected between B and C. So this portion will sense VBC. So if you tap wires from here, so you connect it here. So this will give you VBC. Similarly this position, these two knob will give you voltage VAB. And here, let me zoom it a little bit more. So here you can see all the three phases are there. This is phase C, phase B and phase A. And now you can see here the connection is something like this. Let me draw it here, the connection. This is, and then this is added with this, and then this is added with this. So now what you will get, this will give you VC, this will give you VB, this will give you VA. So all these will be in added. They are in series. So you will get 3V0, summation of all their voltages. So because that is required for your ground path, 3V0. So that's done. This is the way the directional ground relay is here. This is given. The note it is necessary for detecting phase BG fault. So that's all for overcurrent relay, directional overcurrent relay. That is done for your not for only for diploma course. I think that's done for your degree level also. So next thing we will go for directional next day. Directional power directional relay, which is not used in transmission line especially, but as we are seeing directional components, so I think if we do this one in a sequence, the directional part will be over. Then we will come back to again transmission line, that is distance relay. If you liked the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.